Hey, welcome to Uber Grace. And here I am, back out in the woods again. It's lovely out here. Have you ever really been stuck in like a negative mindset, negative treadmill almost, of almost getting there but not quite? Maybe you're stuck in addiction, maybe, just maybe you're stuck in even anxiety and depression, and it just seems so hard to get out of this cycle of negativity and need and all that sort of stuff. Well, probably because a lot of us are, you know, and especially a lot of us that have been caught up in Christianity, and we've been told all sorts of stuff, a lot of it good, I'm not knocking it, but we're still stuck in this treadmill, you know, and it's still going on, and we don't seem to be getting anywhere. And everyone around us, you know, is still anxious and still depressed and still addicted, and maybe addicted to religious activity, you know. But Jesus told a really good parable. Well, he told a lot, but there's one I'm thinking of in particular that is really helpful, and I hope you find this helpful as well. And I'll try and be brief and I'll try and be clear. But you may have heard this. It's called the wheat and the tares. The farmer goes out and he sows a field full of wheat, and he goes to sleep, and in the night an enemy turns up and sows a load of weeds. Now, in a while, all the shoots come up, and in amongst all the good wheat is all these weeds growing. In the original, it talks about the tares, and the tare is actually a weed that's very much like wheat. It just doesn't grow as tall and as strong as wheat does. And so these grow, and farmer's assistant said, "Oh my goodness, what's gone on here?" And he said, "Well, I think an enemy's come and sown these bad seed. Well, should we pull up the weeds then?" And the farmer says, "No, don't pull them up. Wait till harvest time, and then we'll pull them up, and the weeds and stuff, we'll just bundle those off, tie them up, dry them, and we'll put them in the fire and burn them. And the good stuff we'll use, like, you know, making your beer and your bread and using a lot of it for more seed." Now, this has been taught in various different ways, but I think really this is talking about the kingdom. And we've talked a little bit on Uber about what the kingdom really is. And it's really quite hard to pin down in a brief teaching, of course, but we're talking about the royal power of heaven, really, the royal power of the universe, the royal power of heaven. It's within us, Christ in us, the kingdom within us, that Jesus said. And his main message, Jesus, really, when he was going around, was change the way you think. We use the word repent, and like I've said a number of times, we've turned that into a real work of the flesh, when actually it's just simply change your mind, just change your mindset, change the way you think, repurpose your imagination even. You know, it's all these things. Metanoia is the Greek word, and it's just change the way you think. That's his main message. So when he's talking about the kingdom, and he's talking about sowing seeds, the seeds really are our thoughts, and the good seed is our new, better thinking, and our old thoughts are maybe the accusations and the lower mindset, which is what Satan really means, is accusation, the accuser. And demon and devil really is about lower mindset. And whether you believe in those entities or you believe in their power, it doesn't matter. The effect is the same. We still operate a lot from a lower mindset or from accusation. And the enemy in the story, once we've thought some good thoughts, and we've had some good dreams, and we've had some great vision and some good seed sown into our life, and the enemy, the accusations from ourselves, from other people, this lower mindset we're apt to fall into, oh my goodness, yes, that kind of goes into the field as well. And the temptation is, as both are growing in our lives, is to pull up or to panic and go, "Oh my goodness, I've had bad thoughts, I've ruined everything. I've been trying to be faithful, I've been trying to be a faith person and believing for the good stuff, and I've gone and blown it with these negative thoughts." But it's like, no, kingdom is more powerful than that. The king is more powerful than that. And our thoughts, actually, as creators, as sons of God, as people that have have been given everything for life and godliness. For those of us that have inherited from God. And what have we inherited? Well, we've inherited his traits. We've inherited his creativity. So our thoughts are really important. And neuroscience today will back this up. So Jesus was well ahead of the game. But he was also saying, don't worry if you do sow some negative stuff. So say you're really depressed and all you're doing is having depressing thoughts. In the morning, maybe a few times a day if you can remember, intentionally think about what your life would be without all the negativity. Think about what your life would be. Remember, he can do anything more, loads more than you can ask or think. And so thinking is important. That's why Jesus went around saying, change the way you're doing it. And this is really vital, because if we can change the way we think, we will change our lives. Simple as. And that's really what Jesus was saying when Paul says about transform your life by renewing your mind, changing the way you think will transform your life. I mean, this is the stuff that's all out there all over the world now, but this was in Romans 12 verse 2. This was in the Bible right from the beginning, you know. So it doesn't matter if the negative thoughts, the accusations do sow some negativity in there. If you're intentionally sowing good seed, that will win out. That's what Jesus was saying. That will win out. So don't stop thinking the positive, thinking on what is noble, what is true, what is pure, what is lovely. Don't stop thinking on those things, recognizing that there are times that you're thinking the other stuff. And the weeds will grow everywhere, won't they? But the kingdom works in such a way, and this is why Jesus brings such incredible hope to us. Incredible hope. Anyone can transform their life just by changing the way they think and not worrying about whether they're still thinking in some of the old ways. Intentionally sow into your heart. All you need is a tiny mustard seed of faith. It's just a thought. Every thought is powerful. Every thought is powerful. And if you sow those thoughts into your field, if you like, into your heart, you will see a great harvest come. Sometimes you see you're doing really, really well, aren't you? You're really on it, and you're believing, and you're thinking great stuff, and you're thinking faith, and you're speaking faith, and then you completely blow it at the same time. But remember the field, it grew with the wheat. The wheat matured, but also so did the tares. And sometimes when we're doing really well, that's when we also completely blow it as well. But don't worry, because that blowing it, those bad seeds, those tares, those weeds will be tied up and burnt and done away with. And the good thoughts, the good stuff, the good prayer, the good intentions, whatever, will win out. This is the kingdom. This is the victory that Jesus has got for us. And this harvest isn't a thing at the end of time, like it's been made into. In farming, there's always harvest. All year round they're harvesting something. You know, even the barley, you know, you've got your winter barley and your spring barley, so that's twice a year with that. So there's regular harvest points in our life, and this is when these things come to fruition. This field, it comes up, and whoa, we've got what we've been thinking about. We've got this amazing new, hopeful future. So think about life without addiction. Think about what you would look like if you didn't have all this anxiety. What would it be like? Then maybe you'll think some negative anxious thoughts. Of course you will. But over time, it will change and it will shift. And it will go in the right direction. Because Jesus tends to win. And if you let him. And, you know, and these things will win out. So I hope that helps. I hope that brings you a little bit of hope. Because it does for me. I think it's a phenomenal teaching that Jesus brings to bring hope to everyone. You don't have to be religious. You don't have to be quoting the right scriptures. It can just be a good thought about your future and what it looks like. If you're involved in ministry, maybe thinking about what that looks like. Just dreaming, just sitting quietly and just dreaming about what your ministry, what your job will look like, what your business will look like if you're thinking in the right way. And all those negative things that you're still thinking, you'll still think them. but less and less and less as time goes by. Anyway, I hope you can share this. I hope you can like it, comment, subscribe if you're on the YouTube channel, and I hope that was really helpful. I've no idea how long it was, but I hope I kept you on the edge of your seat there, and you have a great time transforming your life by changing the way you think. See you in the next one. Bye now.